The kettle's cooled down on the hob. The hallway light cast a long line. I hear the soft pulse and the throb of a heart that is finally mine. The rain taps a bead on the glass. The street lamp is washing the wall. We let all the heavy hours pass and pay them no notice at all. So darling, just lean into me. The world is a shadow outside. You're all that I wanted to see, with nothing left over to hide. The tea's getting cold in the cup. Your head's on the wool of my chest. I never could give this thing up. This quiet and beautiful rest. We don't need the lights or the wine to know that we finally arrived. Your hand is so steady, truly survived. So darling, just lean into me. The world is a shadow outside. You're all that I wanted to see, with nothing left over to hide. Lean into me, the hallway light. It feels so right. Just stay.
The evening falls in shades of slate and blue. Upon the stones where salty breezes blow, I find my peace in walking next to you. The village clock is ticking soft and slow. The shop fronts dim their lamps along the way. The harbor mist is rising from the deep. There's nothing more that we need to say. The weary world is falling into sleep under the shelter of one dark design. We drift through lanes of silver and of gray. I'll hold your hand and keep it tucked in mine, and let the heavy clouds just drift away. Yes, let the heavy clouds just drift away. A single light reflects upon the pier. The rain has turned the narrow street to glass. It's only us that's left out walking here to watch the quiet local shadows pass. I feel the warmth that's radiating near. The dampness doesn't reach us where we stand. The only sound is one I love to hear, your gentle pulse against my open hand, under the shelter of one dark design. We drift through lanes of silver and of gray. I'll hold clouds just drift away. Yes, let the heavy clouds just drift away. The iron gates are locked against the tide. The fishing boats are anchored in the bay, with nowhere content to simply spend the day. In this slow and steady way, we drift through lanes of silver dark design. We drift through lanes of silver and of gray. I'll hold your hand and keep it tucked in mine, and let the heavy clouds just drift away. Yes, let the heavy clouds just drift away. Just drift away. The kettle singing on the stove, the linoleum is cold and gray. We find the rhythm that we love to keep the winter chill at bay. I place my hand upon your waist, the radio begins to hum. There is no need for any haste beneath the pressure of my thumb. We're dancing on the kitchen floor while all the world is fast asleep. I couldn't ask for any more than these simple vows we keep. The tea is brewing in the pot, the rain is tapping on the glass. I'm thankful for the life we've got, and let the heavy hours pass. The ceiling light is rather dim, it casts a circle on the wall. We move according to a whim and never fear that we might fall. You lean your head against my chest, I feel the beating of your heart. Of all the ways to find some rest, this is my very favorite part. We're dancing on the kitchen floor while all the world is fast asleep. I couldn't ask for any more than these simple vows we keep. The tea is brewing in the pot, the rain is tapping on the glass. I'm thankful for the life we've got, and let the heavy hours pass. The clock is ticking in the hall, the curtains flutter in the breeze. It doesn't matter much at all, we move with such a quiet ease. No grand designs or fancy words, just the scratching of the needles play, better than the songs of birds at the breaking of the day. We're dancing on the kitchen floor while all the world is fast asleep. I couldn't ask for any more than these simple vows we keep. The tea is brewing in the pot, the rain is tapping on the glass. I'm thankful for the life we've got, and let the heavy hours pass. Just the kitchen floor, fast asleep, no more vows we carriage light is dim and low, the engine hums a heavy sound. I watch the distant kitchen glow from farmhouses on rising ground.
The moon is hanging in the sky, a silver coin above the trees. I watch the sleeping towns go by and feel the rattling at my knees. We're caught within this midnight grace, while all the world is fast asleep. I see my future in your face, a sacred promise that I keep, a promise that I keep.
I is waking there behind those windows in the dark.
Perhaps a soul in quiet prayer, or just a single lonely spark.
But here we are together now, beneath the velvet of the night.
Beneath the velvet of the night, we make a soft and silent vow.
We make a soft and silent vow to stay within each other's sight.
We're caught within this midnight grace, while all the world is fast asleep. I see my future in your face, a sacred promise that I keep.
You know, looking out at those tiny lights in the distance, it makes me realize how small everything else is.
It's just us, isn't it?
Just this journey and the way you're holding my hand.
I don't ever want to arrive. I just want to stay right here. We're caught within this midnight grace, while all the world is fast asleep.
Fast asleep.
I see my future in your face, a sacred promise that I
The street lamps lose their yellow light above the rows of quiet shops. We've made it through another night.
Upon these dusty gravel tops, the traffic hasn't started yet. The air is cool against my face. A moment we will not forget. Within this high and lonely place, the clouds are moving in a line across the river and the park.
Across the park, the morning is a slow design that pulls us gently from the dark.
So stay and watch the city rise before the world begins its day. The sun is in your tired eyes and washes all the blue away. The pigeons take to heavy flight across the buildings made of stone. We're caught within the changing light, the finest thing I've ever known.
The early trains begin to roll. I hear them humming from the track.
The day will try to take its toll, and there is no more looking back. The windows catch a silver spark along the edges of the street.
Down on the street.
The morning is a slow design that makes the circle feel complete. The sirens and the morning post, the people walk into the gate.
Walk into the gate. But we are like a pair of ghosts who found a way to make it wait.
So stay and watch the city rise before the world begins its day. The sun is in your tired eyes and washes all the blue away. The pigeons take to heavy flight across the buildings made of stone. We're caught within the changing light, the finest thing I've ever known.
Just stay Rain is drumming on the glass. The fire is burning low. We watch the quiet hours pass with nowhere left to go. The paper covers worn and gray are scattered on the floor. We tidy all the world away and lock the study door. Oh, darling, lean your head on mine while all the poets sleep. The stars across the ceiling shine in promises we keep. I hand a heavy book to you. You find a place for it to rest. Our shelf is old, our love is new. A heart within a wooden chest. No need for words to fill the air. The ink is dry upon the page. I find my comfort in your stare. A bird that's finally left the cage. Oh yeah. Oh darling, lean your head on mine while all the poets sleep. The stars across the ceiling shine in promises we keep. The city's just a distant blur. The frame is dark and scarred by time. The loom is made of bone. I watch the silver mountain climb and carved your name in stone. 1,000 threads of heavy wool are bound within the frame. The weight of life is beautiful when spoken with your name. We walk the valley of the cold, where iron hammers ring. You were the anchor for my soul, the only song I sing. 1,000 threads of heavy wool are bound within the frame. The weight of life is beautiful when spoken with your name. Woven deep, the iron thread. The pattern shows the scars we bear, the colors of winter